Welcome to From Betrayal to Breakthrough. Here's a dose of Dr. Debi, and today I'm talking about a milestone helping over 1 million people. Over 1 million people have watched my TedX talk, Do You Have Post-Betrayal Syndrome? While having the talk viewed over 1 million times is exciting, here's what it really means. Over 1 million people have learned that betrayal is one of the most painful experiences we can have, impacting us physically, mentally, and emotionally. Over 1 million people have learned that betrayal is a different type of trauma that requires a very different type of healing. That full and complete healing is now called post-betrayal transformation, the complete and total rebuild of your life and yourself after an experience with betrayal. Over 1 million people have learned that there's a collection of symptoms so common to betrayal, it's known as post-betrayal syndrome. And while these symptoms are created due to the shock and trauma betrayal creates, the symptoms can last for decades if we don't intentionally and deliberately move through our betrayal. Over 1 million people have learned that while they're medicating or suppressing symptoms left in the wake of a betrayal, they can't count on time or a new relationship to heal it. Healing is something you need to work on, and if you don't, you'll see that unhealed betrayal showing up in your health, your work, and your relationships. Over 1 million people have learned that repeat betrayals are a classic sign of an unhealed betrayal. And while the faces may change, there's a profound lesson needing to be learned. Maybe the lesson is that you need to realize you are worthy, lovable, and deserving. Maybe the lesson is that you need better boundaries in place. Until and unless those lessons are learned, you'll get opportunities in the form of people to teach you. That's not suggesting that betrayal is your fault, but it is your opportunity. Over 1 million people have learned that while we can stay stuck for years, decades, and even a lifetime, if we're going to fully heal, we're going to go through 5 now proven and predictable stages known as the 5 stages from betrayal to breakthrough. What's even more exciting about that is we also now know what happens physically, mentally, and emotionally at every one of those stages. And we know what it takes to move from one stage to the next. Why is that so exciting? Healing is entirely predictable. Over 1 million people have learned that while other challenges may require you to keep patching things up, fixing what's been broken, tweaking what needs change, betrayal is different. With betrayal, there's a complete and utter destruction of the old, allowing for the birth of something entirely new. That means a strong, confident, healthy, and happy new you. Can it mean an entirely new relationship with the person who hurt you? Yes, but only if the betrayer uses the opportunity to completely transform as well. When only one person in the relationship does the work to heal, especially if the only one doing the work is the one who was betrayed, that's a recipe for sadness, illness, and more. Countless people have been betrayed, and out of fear of breaking up a family, religious reasons, financial fear, and more, they do all they can to move through their experience without the betrayer having any real consequences. The only outcome I've ever seen from that, and what my PhD studies showed, a further deterioration of the relationship along with a host of physical, mental, and emotional symptoms and illnesses. Your broken heart can't tolerate that. Over 1 million people have learned that not only is healing from betrayal possible, it's predictable. Is it easy? No, it's probably the hardest and most transformative work you'll ever do. Over 1 million people have learned that trauma is the setup for transformation. And while we definitely have the right to our painful story, our story is infinitely better when we turn our pain into purpose. And if on those darkest days that you can hardly manage to breathe because the wind was knocked out of you, your heart is broken, you're in shock, and the bottom has truly bottomed out on you, those are the ingredients warriors are made from. Over 1 million people have learned that betrayal doesn't need to define them. While we're now in a club we never chose to be in, we have just been initiated, and it's time for the caterpillar to become the butterfly. Will that transformation be easy, graceful, and pretty? Not at all. Will you be insanely proud of yourself when you can look back on the experience and be grateful for all it created within you? A resounding yes. Healing from betrayal is earned, and you're earning every bit of the confidence, strength, and empowerment that emerges within you when you decide to do the work to heal. Over 1 million people have learned that healing from betrayal is a choice. We get so much from staying stuck. We have our story, we get sympathy from others. We don't have to risk being vulnerable, taking the chance of allowing anyone to get close to our heart again. We also don't have to do the hard work of learning to trust again, and so much more. If we're willing to let go of those benefits, we get to create a version of us that never would have had the opportunity to show up if the betrayal didn't happen. Transforming after betrayal is like Legos. There can be a Lego structure that's been built and sitting in the corner of the room. It's not beautiful. There's really nothing special about it. It's just there. Then that structure gets knocked down and the pieces are everywhere. Now that it's been knocked down, you get to decide which pieces to use and how you'll build something magnificent. It's an opportunity. You don't have to build the exact structure that was there. In fact, that would be kind of crazy since it really wasn't something you found so magnificent anyway. It came down for a reason, and whatever that reason was, doesn't even matter. You get to build something intentional and beautiful. That's what betrayal allows you to do. Build a version of you that's rock solid, strong, healthy, and beautiful. You just have to be willing to build. Over 1 million people have learned that even though a betrayal happens to them, it's not about them. To those 1 million people that watched the video and all that this will reach, use your experience as a launch pad for your transformation. Don't let the experience keep you stuck. It's taken so much from you already. It's time to take your power back and use it to heal and transform. When you do, that's trauma well served. And if you ask me, that's an idea worth sharing. So if you are struggling with an unhealed betrayal, it truly is a choice. Hop over to the PBT Institute, the PBT as in Post-Betrayal Transformation Institute, and let us help you meet with our certified PBT coaches and practitioners that are all certified in moving you through the 5 stages, and they're all coming in with their own specialties, whether it's narcissism, divorce, reconciliation, chronic pain, addiction. They specialize in so many things. We have our Betrayal to Breakthrough signature program, which literally moves you through the stages, masterclasses with experts, Q&A with me personally, and a community like no other, because I did the study and I know what works. So we need a certain type of support to heal and move forward. That's exactly what we have. Don't stay stuck. Come to the PBT Institute. Let's get you healthy, healed, happy, and strong.